All right, teammates, we're going to crank tonight's training up. Can you all hear me okay? Am I coming through clear? I'm not sounding like I'm far away or nothing like that, am I? Okay, all right, perfect. So, teammates, what we're going to do tonight, we're going to continue our Prospecting with a Purpose training series. This is week 3. This is going to be the final week. We probably going to revisit it at some point during later on in 2026, but I wanted to get the year started talking about a crucial fundamental in the business, which is prospecting. Cannot stress it enough. I wanted to isolate it because oftentimes I do a prospecting and scheduling appointments presentation together row because they kind of go together. I've said it before, like peanut butter and jelly, chocolate and peanut butter, just a great combination. But I wanted to isolate prospecting because it is a little nuanced at this place. I didn't go into social media prospecting or anything like that. I didn't even veer into cold prospecting, networking. Didn't really do that. I wanted to concentrate on the other the other three. I apologize. The other three pipelines of prospecting. So let's get into this evening's training. Again, quick reminder, man. We got this four pulse principle. This is what we're calling it. And we just want you to turn your cameras on, guys. Whenever you engage in training, now, I understand some of you guys might be in places where you can't, and that's fine. But if you are in a place where you can be on camera, teammates, we want you to be on camera, right? So the four pulse principle is presence, passion, participation, and production. Presence meaning that we want your camera on, fully locked in. Passion, we want you to bring your energy so it can elevate the space. Participation is that when we ask questions, we want you to weigh in, raise your hand, light up the chat, whatever the case may be, so you're actively involved in the training. And then, of course, take what it is that you're learning and produce with it, get some results with it. So those things, presence, passion, participation, and production, that means that you have your hand on the pulse of what's going on in a positive way. All right. So let's get to it, man. So we're going to do a quick recap of week 2. We talked about your warm market. We wrapped that part up. People you know and people who know you. We went over this quote by the great George Fraser. He said, "Your success in life is directly proportional to your ability to ask for help." And I appreciate you guys talking about that part of the business. Sometimes it can be a challenge to ask for help. I know how it can be. It can be a real challenge asking other people for help because people have let you down in the past, or it just might be uncomfortable to you. But being successful, the ability to ask for help is important. Asking for help collapses time frames, allows you to be helpful because as you're asking for help, it's really you going to be the one that's helping them. It's a sign of self-awareness, and just knowing that you cannot do it on your own, and then asking for help is the action that activates your faith. All right. Then we talked about your warm market. It's the best place to do what? Well, it's the best place for you to start your business, for us to teach you the fundamentals of the business, for you to practice the fundamentals in your business. Why? Because these are people you know and people who know you, so you can really screw it up, and everybody's going to give you so much grace in the process, right? It's a place for you to make mistakes in the business, a place for you to build your first team in the business, and it can very well be the place that you lose your first team in the business. Hey, don't sweat it. It's all good. It's a part of the process. You have people that'll join your business, and then be walk. Next thing you know, you look around, you be like, "Where everybody go? Like, what happened to them?" Right? It happens when you're in your warm market because not everybody is going to catch the vision like you, right? And then it's the best place for us to help you get your first one or two promotions in the business. That is your warm market, right? Then we talked about a new recruits warm market. It's the best place for you to develop as a field trainer in the business. It's also the best place for you to develop as a leader in the business and for you to duplicate yourself and the system in the business, right? A lot of awesome opportunities in a new recruits warm market. It's the best place for you to build team depth, basically getting people under your people that provides your organization some security, some stability, right? And it's the best place for you to build just lasting momentum in the business. If you
when
want a
it's
momentum
wasted,
that
when it's I
lasts,
wear my
then yeah, you want to if you want momentum that lasts, then yeah, you want to be operating in a new recruit swarm market. And then we talked about the referral market. Ideal referral sources are clients, supportive family members, friends, friendly advocates, life insurance, emergency contacts. So you got a lot of different um, um, people who could be referral sources for you, right? And so then we talked about keys to remember about getting referrals. Referrers refer trust, not products. So there has to be a high level of trust there and comfortability when people give you referrals. Referrals are earned, not owed. You always negotiate referrals on the front end. That's a big one, guys. And you normally do that at the end of the first appointment that you have with the client where you're getting their commitment to give you referrals on that second appointment. You only take referrals within the target market. Do not take raggedy referrals. And I'm not calling the people raggedy. It's just some of these people might not be inside of our target market and you can't help them anyway. So there's no reason for you to take somebody that's unemployed, um, that's on, 10 medications and a daggum oxygen tank. Like, no, guys, I mean, no, we can't do anything with that, right? Now, if they're an investment client, they just got a settlement that's different, right? So that's a referral source for investments, but for life insurance, you want to only take referrals that are in the target market. Quality is way better than quantity. Make sure referrals get warmed up with a text message before you reach out to them. It just makes your communication with the referrals easier, right? Put all your referrals in CRM. I know that when you get referrals, you're not getting the email address. That's fine. When you talk to the referral, you schedule the appointment, you take them through the process. There'll be plenty of opportunity for you to get the email address to fill that information in. But putting your contacts in CRM must become a habit in 2026. So just get used to it. We're going to talk about it a lot this year, primarily this quarter, right? Referrals have a shelf life. Contact your referrals within 24 to 72 hours. Um, Make the phone call over shooting a text message to referrals. I repeat, call over text. Don't let your initial contact with a referral be a text message of you trying to reach them and connect with them via text. No, pick up the phone, teammates, and call them. And if you got any questions about that, we talked about it in last training. It's up there on the on the portal, so you can look at it again. And then referrals see you as the expert. Um, so carry yourself that way, right? So just a couple of things to remember about getting referrals. Then there were some keys to remember about the referring person, the person that's giving you the referral. So referrers respond better to agents that are confident. So when you are asking for referrals and requiring and acquiring those referrals, say it with your chest, man. Say it with confidence. You don't have to be brash or anything like that. But if you feel that you've earned those referrals, which I know you have, if you're following the system, I know you have, then lead the person to giving you the referrals. Referrers with credibility make success with referrals easy. Referrers need to be told the type of referrals you're looking for. We just talked about that. Referrers will not only give, they will not give you their entire list, and that's okay. And so April and I, we just met back with a client yesterday, one of her clients, and we took them through the whole wealth builder process and all that good stuff. And man, great couple, amazing couple, right? And they gave her a list of referrals, so we were just circling back up, making sure they had the client apps, Coach B Walk, and tying a bow on their whole client process. We switched out their policies, doing some investments for them, all that good stuff, man. So super excited to be really working with them on some things. And yeah, man, I mean, they gave her a nice list of referrals, but I'm already knowing that's not their entire list. I mean, they know a lot of people, but the way that we've worked with them and communicated with them, guess what? We'll be able to go back to them. Immediately have referrers send warm-up text message to their list. Referrers may know groups and organizations to present to. So, that's another story. Same client that April and I were talking to. So, April, if you don't mind, I'm going to tag you in right now to kind of tell a little bit about this opportunity that very well might come into fruition for you through this client that I was talking about in a presentation opportunity. So, go ahead, my sister.
Yes, thank you. Can everybody hear me? Okay. So yes, talking with the clients and us just kind of expressing that we can do this one-on-one, we can do this in groups, Zoom, all of this. And so she was like, "Oh, can you do it in person?" And she said she would reach out to her VP of her sorority. And she did. She reached out to her and they thought it was a great idea to have it either for April, because that's financial literacy month, or any month really. So, but they are going to kind of tee us up, and so she sent an email. They agreed. She looped me and Nick in, and now the ball is rolling with me and Nick to present in the near future to that chapter. So that's going to be awesome.
It's fantastic, man. And so that's an exciting opportunity right there from that same client that gave a list of referrals. And now she's talking to her sorority about us coming to do a How Money Works workshop for her chapter. Let me say this, and I got to read this, guys. This was the text when she said, "Hey, great news. My vice president wants to connect with you guys. I told her how you host financial literacy events focused on investing and long-term financial planning. You would love to provide a 45-minute presentation for our chapter, including a Q&A session at the end. She thought it was an excellent idea and would like for me to email your information. She will take it back to the committee at February meeting and possibly plan for March or April. One of those months is financial literacy month. This is exciting." That was her text message, guys. And so all it is just asking. All it is just asking and just saying, "Hey, look, this is what we can do," and there you have it. So
And she's
just
not even a part of my sorority.
right, exactly, which is why, yeah,
I figured that. I was like, is she okay? No, I'm playing.
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
listen, I love it. I love
They
it.
know where to come.
I love it.
yeah. Hey, hey, it's all divine nine love. Look, her husband is an alpha.
Yeah,
And
he's an
and I'm
alpha.
and, yeah, and I'm trying to get him to like so he like Nick, I'm gonna talk to the brothers, in the
Mhm.
chapter and stuff like that. He gave personal referrals. So hey man, if we can get in there with both of them, y'all know we're gonna do our thing, man. That's where guys, if y'all don't know, if y'all have never seen a group presentation that we do, y'all, we shine. That's like our superpower. I'm telling you right now, y'all, when people sit through financial presentations, they be in their seats like this. Boy, it be so boring. They be like, Lord, like it be the old, like I don't know, man. I grew up in an old school church where they held you hostage from like 9 in the morning to like almost 4 in the afternoon. They just in there, and you been there as a kid, like, oh man, I'm about to pass away, Lord. Like, oh, when we leaving? It just be just rough, and you about to pass out. Guys, when we do financial workshops, I promise you, man, people be in that joint like they be asking questions. They be like, man, we be in there engaging, cracking jokes, but at the same time, really giving it to them, like giving them quality information. So I'm gonna talk about it later, but I'm telling you right now, you need to be looking at opportunities where you're like, hey man, I need to schedule one of those. You don't have to do it yourself. We'll do it for you. And you can get everything that comes out of it, which is beautiful, right? And so we make that happen. I know B Walk is an assassin up there in front of the room. Like she gon' like the furniture gonna get to moving. She gonna get the spirit gonna get to moving. Man, she gonna get that. Well, anyway, I'm just telling y'all.
Look,
Like,
that's my lane. I love it. I love that. That's great, April. I like that.
right
Keep
on,
us
man.
keep look for me. It's like this, Nick. Keep us in front of people,
Yep,
right? You just never know what's going to happen in that room. So I love that.
yep. And I'm gonna talk about that particular part a little bit later in training. I'm gonna come back to. I'm gonna just put a pin right there. We're gonna come back to that, teammates. Next thing is treat your referrers well. Treat your referrers well. And so, gift cards, lunch, birthday cards, holidays. Your CRM can take care of some of this stuff in terms of sending out emails and acknowledgments of birthdays. You could even do anniversary stuff, like marriage anniversary stuff through CRM. But man, sending somebody, Omar was big on this, man. Man, people might be movie buffs. They like going out to the movies. To give them a movie gift card to Cinemark or something like that, and say, hey, man, just little gestures that can really make people say, oh man, he or she thought about me, and it'll make, hey guys, it's a tax deduction anyway for your business, right? Doing something like that. And then, of course, build you a team of referrers like you can build a team of new recruits, people that are just advocates for you. And then you can also run referral incentives here and there for people that are part of your quote unquote referral team, to where you can incentivize them results based on referrals that they give you. All right, just a couple of ideas. So, um, and then the referral market is the best place for you to test yourself in the business, for you to master the fundamentals in the business, for you to master your people skills and service skills in the business. This is what this market is good for. The referral market is the best place for you to become mentally tough in the business. It's the best place in the hall for you to learn how to personally make money in the business, and for you to learn the habit of consistency in the business. If you can, this is my thing, guys. If you can master the referral market, you've basically conquered Primerica, because it's also the best place for you to recruit new directs. If you're trying to build a team, referral market is the best place for you to recruit new directs, right? And the width is the profitability in your business. So mastering the referral market is a must if you really want to keep this thing popping. All right. So now we're going to venture into week number 3, and we're going to talk about a couple of different things when it comes to prospecting. We're going to talk about CRM and also How Money Works workshop. So this is a question that I have for you guys, and you can put your answers in the chat. So get in position where you can type something in the chat and all that good stuff. The first question is what does CRM stand for? What do you think it stands for? Most of you guys should know. Some of you guys may be new, you may not know. But what does CRM stand for? What does CRM stand for? All right. So type your answers in the chat. All right. What we got? All right. Shadrika, Client Review Manager. Okay, I got you. Computer Resource Management. That's good. Client Relationship Manager. Yep. That's good. All right. Anybody else want to weigh in? What does CRM stand for? Yep, Mom, I see you. Client Relation. April is Client Relation Manager. Mom's Client Relationship Manager. Nahal is Client Relationship Manager. You guys are right. The bottom two. CRM stands for Client Relationship Manager. Client Relationship Manager, right? That is what it stands for. And so that is the tool we use to be able to stay connected to our clients. But here's the challenge, guys. A lot of people, we have access to CRM. We don't have to pay any extra money for it. We don't have to pay any extra money for it, but most of us are not using it. We're not using it. And that's a crime. And that's including me too. But we're changing that this year. I'm telling y'all, we are always going to be talking about CRM throughout this year, especially in the first quarter. All right. Next question. I want you to hit the chat with your answer with this one. What is the magic number of contacts you want loaded in your Primerica CRM? Some of you guys might know. Just take a wild guess. What do you think is the magic number of contacts that you want to have loaded in your Primerica CRM, that you want to have in your Primerica CRM? What is that magic number of contacts? Okay, all right, got it. Got 1,000. Rose said 25. JJ said a G, 1,000. Shadrika's 1,000. All right. Well, you guys are correct. The magic number, Uncle Mike said 1,000, is 1,000. 1,000. So that is the magic number of CRM contacts that you want to have in there. All right. When Douglas Hunt came through and did our training, he said he doesn't know. That's a company number. They said when you got 1,000 contacts in there, you can just start getting business. Almost really unsolicited. You can start getting business. So that's the number that you're working towards, is getting to 1,000 new contacts in your CRM. They don't have to be 1,000 clients, but just 1,000 contacts, guys, in your CRM. All right. And then the last question that I have is teammates. This is a good one. I want to know who knows this. Roughly how much money has Primerica invested in the CRM platform so far? How much money do you think the company has invested in the CRM platform so far? What do you think that number is? Some said billions. Omar, that's a good one. Omar said that this CRM would cost uh, likely $150 to $300 a month to have a system like this. If you are not in Primerica, like outside of Primerica, your own independent CRM, it'll cost that much a month, 150 to $300 a month. But guys, we get it all a part of the $25 that you pay per month to have access to it. Vicky, you said millions. Rose said 1.5 million. Mom said, and Primerica invested over a million. Over a million. Yep, technically over a million is fine, right? Not quite that much yet, JJ. It hadn't been billions that they invested in the CRM. Let me give you guys the number. This is the number right here. The number that Primerica has invested in the CRM platform is 40 plus million in counting. That's how much money the company has invested in this tool, in this technology. That's a lot of money, guys. And so if the company has invested that much money into this tool, I'm telling you right now, they know something and they understand something about us tapping into that tool and how powerful it can be and how they want it to be and how they continually improving upon it. So guys, if they're investing in it, we need to invest our time into mastering it and learning it and using it. All right. And so let's talk about where you can get a really good introduction to CRM. We had a CRM training on December the 9th of last year. Gentleman from home office, Douglas Hunt, he came through and laced us up. Guys, that CRM training is on our portal. You can go out there right now. This is what this thing looks like. It says CRM Training 2.0. Watch that training. Watch that training. And let me tell you something. Go through it and follow him along with it. You can pause it and see where he's at and stuff like that and mess with it. Guys, I'm telling you right now, it will bless you and it will help you. Just get started with this thing. And then there's some other resources that are out there too that I'm gonna get to later. But right now, on our portal, you can access this thing right now. Training from December 9th of last year. Do y'all remember that training? Give me a hand, raise your hand if you remember that training. Wasn't it awesome? Man, it was fantastic. It's out there right now, guys. It's out there. All right. And so let's talk about 5 advantages for using CRM. It's better organization, man. You know, you don't have all these sheets. I mean, back in the day, we used to have referral sheets, guys, but we have these loose leaf sheets of paper and names and phone numbers, all of them. You're better organized. You don't lose referral sheets. Y'all know how many referral sheets I've lost, I've misplaced? Oh my gosh, like having a CRM system helps you become better organized because not only do you have the data, but you can actually create subsets of that data, right? You're better organized. It's a consistent follow-up. The fortune that you're going to find in this business is going to always be in the follow-up. So you can have consistent follow-ups with your clients when you need to be following up with them. It helps you build a stronger client relationship. You know, man, my CRM is set up, Coach. We walk to send people happy birthday messages and holiday messages. Y'all know how many emails I get back and clients saying, hey, thank you for the birthday. It's just, hey, you remember, Nick remembered, right? And it's a CRM thing. They know the date of birth is in there and it sends a message, right? Stronger client relationships, more appointments scheduled, right? This thing is designed for people to want to schedule follow-up appointments with you if we're using it right. So it can equal to more appointments scheduled. And then last but not least, increase referrals. I just told you in the follow-up, when a client gives you referrals, they're not going to give you their whole list, Shadrika. Well, guess what? If you're using your CRM and you're staying connected with these clients, you can always come back and get what? Another list of referrals. You can get more referrals. But if you have serviced a client. I had a client a year ago, 2 years ago, and they're still paying their policy. They're not showing up on your policy master activity report, meaning their policy is about to lapse or in jeopardy, nothing like that. You can forget about them. And you just keep on going and this, that, and the third and whatnot. And you don't reach out to them. So, guys, I'm telling you, I've been guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. But guess what? You know how many people that I probably could have followed back up with. It was hard to do before CRM, but now it's easy because everybody's in there, right? You can follow up with people, reconnect with them. One of our colleagues, Tashala Howard, she's regional vice president out of Florida. She's a Delta as well. She said, man, one of the things, because we were talking about what are some things that we would have done different in the business, if we had to start all over again. She said, Nick, I would, and she was sharing with the group, she said, I would have done life with my clients better. I would have connected with them more throughout this journey, because we all have clients that have been with us for years, but they may have fallen through the cracks. And I'm telling you, we could do life with our clients, but we check in with them once a year. Or they feel comfortable picking up the phone and calling us when things come about in their life that might need some financial coaching. They're not running to the bank. They're not running to their broke cousin. They're not running to the guy that's set up in the teacher's lounge. Are y'all with me? At their school. No, they're thinking about you. They're running to you. And that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. Yep, JJ, I look what you're saying. I was briefly on a training this morning and they mentioned that it makes a difference in the health of your clients. Wow, that's powerful. That is powerful, man. Absolutely. And guys, we're at a season right now where some of us, we might have older clients where they're in their 60s, mid 60s, approaching their 70s. We need to be in close communication with those clients and their adult children. We need to be talking to them, because if the unthinkable happens to our client and that client passes away, absolutely, Omar, makes you look professional. If something happens to that client and any kind of a claim is paid out, if we don't have a relationship, JJ, I'm coming to you. If we don't have a relationship with the client, kids, they'll get whatever death benefit, beneficiary benefit, and they'll go walk out the door with it and to God knows who. Guys, we need to be the family person. Like, hey, I got my mom and them, they got an insurance guy. He's also a financial guy. He's our family financial guy. We got to transition from that's my mama's insurance man or that's my mama's retirement man to that's the family retirement person. Y'all with me on that? We got to start shifting to that. So that way, no opportunities walk out. All it takes is for one of them jokers to hit the lottery, April. One of them jokers hit the lottery or get a settlement because an 18-wheeler was doing the fool on the highway. Y'all get what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, I know that to be true. My line brother got an opportunity from one of his clients. Client was just a monthly PAC client, monthly PAC client. But he had a relationship with somebody whose child was injured in an 18-wheeler accident, got a settlement, and he was like, you need to talk to my investment guy. Now, people's investment guys, and they're only putting $150 a month with us. Y'all get what I'm saying? But we the investment guy, and he had that conversation with him. That transaction, Coach B. Walk paid him, man, what did that pay Ray? That paid him close to $100 grand. Anyway. JJ, you had a comment or a question?
Yes, sir. Exactly what you were saying when they made the mention that it makes a difference of the health of the client. They were talking about their emotional status and all of those different things. And I was at work and I was kind of hearing it, but the bigger picture was, I'm just going to say Jack had $1 million policy with another big name company, and then had a 500,000 with Primerica. Well, he just happened to, this agent was going through his CRM and sending out the little notes to everybody, and that person that passed away, they didn't know because the family was dealing with this other company about trying to get the death benefits and kinda didn't think about the Primerica one for whatever reason. So when he reached out, found out that the person that passed away, they submitted all the paperwork in 6 days. Primerica paid the death benefit,
Come on.
and again, the stress of the bills and all of that was taken away from the person. Just her mental stability was better because she had that money, and that agent said, let me help you with this other. Well, when they finally did get the money from the $1 million, she turned around because he helped her with that. She invested it, became an agent, and gave more clients. And so,
Wow,
yeah.
that's powerful. That's powerful. So, thank you for sharing that, because I mean those opportunities are out there, and people need us in those moments in their lives. It's very vulnerable. People are out there trying to take advantage. Um, you know, one of my mentors, Eugene Curtis, call him Sensei. He talks about that and how he becomes the person that helps with all of the different things after somebody passes away. He's not just helping with the Primerica stuff, Mom. He's helping with the policy that the husband had on the job. He's helping with the retirement that he had. All the time. He's working with the wife, the widow, or the widower to get all of these things, the paperwork, everything. So he becomes that person to the family, because he knows and he understands that, hey, once we get all this stuff together, I want to be able to set you up to where you don't have to work, you don't have to worry about money. No other company's trying to do that. And so it's powerful what we do. And let me tell you something, CRM, client relationship man, it can help us achieve a lot of this stuff, guys. I cannot stress it enough. It can help us achieve it. And so, um, let's go a little bit further. We talked about the advantages, right? Again, go to the portal, check out, the training from last year. It's going to fill in all these blanks. I'm not going to get all into the weeds, like my brother Douglas did or anything like that. Watch that training, but just so you know how to get there, and just some things that you can mess around with to be dangerous, right? So this is how you get to it, right? So real quick, I want to throw this out there because this is important, because some of you guys may have not, you may not have done this yet. So I'm going to talk about how to upload your picture to POL, because you want your picture in POL, because when messages go out from CRM, like different campaigns and messages, it can have your nice professional picture down there. Not the picture of the selfie in the car where you got the seatbelt on. Don't do that to yourself, guys. Like, get a real picture, a nice picture, and stuff like that. Put that out there. I need to update our picture, Heems. But you under my POL tab, all apps for business, and then this page is going to show up. You click on that My Info icon right there, that My Info icon, and then this comes up, right? This comes up. It's just your personal information and all that good stuff. You click that link that says Update Picture, and it'll give you a chance where you can upload a photo in there. This is a picture of us on vacation, but we have some professional pictures. I'm going to put that out there. But this picture shows up whenever a message sends out to our clients, and I get compliments on this picture. I've been showing you why I'm having y'all a nice, like, so it just makes it more personal to your clients, guys. That's what it does, right? So if you have not uploaded a picture to POL, let me go back. You go under My POL, all apps for business. This screen comes up. You're going to click that My Info icon right there, that My Info icon, and then upload your picture on the left-hand side. Click that link that says Upload Pictures, and then you'll be able to manage your picture and all that good stuff. Now let's talk about CRM, right? So how do you get to CRM? Most of you guys know, some of you guys don't know, but there's a link up at the top of the screen when you sign into Primerica Online. Now, let me say this. For new people, you by default, if you're fairly new, you're by default, you're going to get sent to the Primerica app view of Primerica Online. What you got to do, you gotta scroll down click the hamburger menu in the app view. That's at the top left-hand corner. Scroll down, and then there's a link that says www.primericaonline.com. Click that link, and it'll take you to this view. It'll take you to this view, right? And when you come into this view, you're going to click that link up at the top that says CRM. And what it's going to do, it's going to take you to a screen that looks similar to this, right? Now, I've redacted some information out here, so, just for the protection of clients that we have. But if you can see here, man, Primerica shows you which one of your clients got birthdays today, which one of your clients got birthdays on tomorrow, and which one of your clients got birthdays on Wednesday. You can even say, hey, what are the most important dates for my client for the next 7 days? They can even do you for the whole month. So check this out. When you're in here, you go over, you click on the link, you can go to dashboard, guys, and it'll show you all the clients that you have that should be getting annual reviews this month. You can get all your clients that should be getting annual reviews. So if you wrote a client and they got business this month last year, they will show up here under this annual review. So you click that, it'll show you everybody that you have that should be contacted for an annual review. And you can also set up campaigns, because be walking where they're emailing out to your clients saying, hey, it's time for your annual review and all of that stuff. And there's a birthday one too. Who has a birthday this month? Guys, people appreciate that. Yeah, we can send emails out, but we can take it a step further and actually call some of our clients personally. Hey, I'm just calling to wish you a happy birthday, man. Just checking on you, seeing how you and the family are doing, how things going. And they will appreciate, JJ, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, right? They will appreciate it. They will appreciate it. But those are things. And then, of course, you got scheduled campaigns. Also, I'm not going to get into it. Watch the training. It goes deeper into a lot of these other things. I just wanted to kind of key in on a couple of things. Then if you go back to that menu on the left-hand side, you go into RMC campaigns, right? These are all the campaigns that can get sent out automatically through email. Guys, you do Explore All, and look at all these campaigns in there. Man, look, it's so many. They just keep going and going and going. This is just a screenshot from the top portion of the page. They don't want Black History Month. It says celebrating Black History Month. It talks about the soundtrack that built America. It's a musical reference in there, in that one. And so you can look at these. Yeah, all you gotta do is go in there. You click preview, Shadrika. It'll show you what the message looks like. in these campaigns, you got that one. You got the tax prep, getting ready for tax season, getting a tax refund. Guys, they even have one for the Super Bowl that you can send out. That's slanted towards financial services. Hey, the Super Bowl's coming up February 8th, but then they make reference to just sound financial planning. It's this one right here. I didn't get a chance to show it, but it's this one right here. If y'all can see my cursor, well, it's got the X's and O's like a football field, somebody drawing up a play. It's a football one. You can send that one out this week. It'll probably trip some of your clients out. Right? Just different campaigns. And then this is a good one right here, custom list. You go into custom list, it allows you to be able to create groups that you can send things to, right? So you go to custom list, they already have some in here. But you can create a custom list. You click that button in the top right-hand corner, create a custom list. A dialog box pulls up like this where you can name your list. You can put a description of your list. Let's just say that you wanted to create a list of, Coach B. Walker, of how many workshop attendees, right? You do that and you save it. This is what comes up. You can add people to this list. And these could be the people that attended a financial workshop that you created. And once they're in that list, April, you can send certain things, specific things, just to this group. Powerful tool, guys. Powerful tool. And again, last but not least, one of the things you can do is if you say, hey, Nick, man, it's a lot of moving parts with this. I need some training on this. Guess what? If you click that link that says training right there, this is on the right-hand side. Man, they got a repository of trainings that go all the way back to 2024 that's in this deal, right? Now, these are some long trainings where there's different leaders in the business that are unpacking these concepts, from CRM specialists, workflows, automated campaigns, all kind of things that are out there. So this is the thorough, detailed, extensive training that's on demand. You can watch them anytime that you want. But Douglas told us about some shorter trainings that if you went on that menu on the right-hand side, if you just clicked help, that help button, guys, it takes you to just a bunch of training links that are just maybe a minute to 2 minutes, 3 minutes long that talk about, how to import your contacts, how to use the contact quick ad, all of that type of stuff, things that you might have questions about, but it's just shorter, condensed videos that you can watch that might answer whatever question you have about CRM. And that's, again, under the help link on the right-hand side. Click on that. And then it's just in this section right here. And of course, it goes down. It's a lot of different topics. It'll teach you enough to where you can be dangerous, guys. You can be super dangerous, right? And so now what I want to talk about, I want to pivot, and I'm almost done, teammates. I want to talk about How Money Works workshops. We talked about it earlier. I want to talk about How Money Works workshops. So this is a book that I'm listening to right now. I heard Keith Chappelle, $800,000 earning a company, national sales director, Keith Chappelle, talk about this book over a year ago. Well, I'm just now starting to listen to it. And the gist of this book, Mom, is super powerful. It talks about stop fighting competitors in the crowded red oceans. Stop fighting competitors in the crowded red oceans. Red oceans are the marketplace where everybody's competing for clients, everybody's competing for market share, everybody's competing for opportunities. You get what I'm saying? This book says stop doing that. It says create new market space by delivering unique value at a lower cost through innovation. Now, this isn't just a technology push. This is beyond technology. Technology is a part of it, but it's beyond technology. Creating a new market space by delivering unique value at a lower cost through innovation. Because when you make the competition irrelevant, growth becomes easier, faster, and more profitable. Thus, you created what they call a blue ocean. The red ocean is that, man, there's blood in that water. It's super competitive. It's dog eat dog, JJ. Everybody's wrestling for the same client's market share. But if you create a whole new situation over here that nobody's in but you, that's a blue ocean. And I thought that was powerful. And I think that when we talk about and we think about our business this year, we need to look at it through the lens of, yeah, we're going to play in the red oceans, but we need to think about where can we create blue ocean opportunities. Are y'all with me on this? Does this make sense? Give me a thumbs up if this is making sense, right? One place that I see it is when we're dealing with just individual connections, when we're prospecting, when we're talking to people just with the one-on-ones, and that's from recruits to clients, whatever the case may be, that's fine, right? I believe that that's a highly competitive space. It's a highly competitive space, right? And I'm not saying that people are talking to people all the time about financial services and things like that, Vicky. What I'm saying is that you probably might not be the only one that's talking to them about some life insurance. You know who's competing for their attention on their life insurance? Social media is competing for their attention on life insurance. They first lady at the church might be doing life insurance. Y'all get what I'm saying? They cousin might be doing. So that's the one-on-one stuff, right? And everybody's trying to tout their knowledge, their credibility, and that could be a red ocean. Now, let me tell you something. We get busy in the red ocean. We know what to do when we're competing in this level, on that individual connection market. Guys, I think what a blue ocean is, and we need to lean heavily into, are the group connections. We need to be looking at, seeking out, and identifying and setting up opportunities, not just to get with people one-on-one, but to how can we present to groups of people? Because I don't think that there's a lot of people that's doing that like we can. To me, that's a blue ocean. That's a blue ocean opportunity. You don't hear a lot of people talking about that. The only person that I've heard talk about group presentations almost like it's a system and that's what they do and that's what they train their people to do is Lisa M. Jones. She's the only person that I've heard really talk about that. And she's talked about it some, not a lot. Most of us, when we hear people talking in Primerica, the only group stuff they're doing, they might be doing opportunity meetings as a group, but we're not doing a lot of financial workshops, How Money Works workshops. Guys, there's no competition for that. None. That's a blue ocean opportunity. Now, I'm not talking about the Jack Legs and ABC Financial Company that's trying to get a group of people together and take them over to the Saltgrass Steakhouse and put them in a private room and feed them trying to get all their retirement money. I ain't talking about that group. That is a form of a group presentation, but guys, I'm talking about the people to where we can get groups together. It ain't just focused on seniors or that. We can get various groups together and serve our community by educating them about financial services and increasing their financial literacy. Are y'all with me on this? And does this make sense? Blue ocean. Blue ocean. Little to no competition. I don't hear many people talking about that as a real thing. Do people do workshops in Primerica? Sure they do, but not like what I'm talking about. Not like what I'm talking about. So when you talk about How Money Works workshops, family, we have all the resources, we have all the tools. We got the presentation, it's already out there on POL. Got the presentation. And the presentation has so much information in it, you can customize it and cater it to whatever group you're in front of, right? We have presentations already customized, chopped up, broken down, all of that. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. We have the How Money Works presentation already constructed. These are the topics that it can cover: taking control, paying yourself first, paying off debt, the power of home ownership, discovering the rule of 72, buying the right kind of life insurance, deferring taxes with your investments, becoming an owner, not a loaner, investing with professional management. Guys, I'm telling you, within which each of these subset of topics is so much content that we can help people on. Guys, we can do a whole How Money Works workshop just on life insurance. We could do a whole How Money Works workshop based on paying off debt. We could do one just on investments. It's so much content in here. And look, they even have, the company even has, check this out, they even have a seminar flyer. Come join us for a complimentary seminar. You put the date, time, and it's editable. You can type your information in there. You download this bad boy, you can type it directly on the date, time, location, all of that. And then you have these How Money Works books that we're able to give to clients. We have hard copy books, but then we also have the digital copy of the book that can be emailed out to clients who attend the workshop. So that's another value. Guys, I'm telling you, we need to do more of these. Now let's talk about the advantages of How Money Works workshops. There's 5 advantages I want to talk about, and like I say, I'm almost done. Advantage number 1, leverage over labor. So you get in that room, man, guys, you can, instead of you talking to one person, JJ, you could talk to 10 or 100 people at one time. Y'all ain't excited about that. Y'all ain't excited. It's like doing a first time appointment with 25 people at one time. Leverage over labor. Check this out. You are in the authority position when you do these workshops. You have instant credibility. Why? Because they put you up in front of the room or on the Zoom as this is our guest speaker. So you have instant credibility when you start talking. Instant credibility. You're in the authority position. And then you have warmer follow-ups. When you're reaching out to people, they know who you are. Well, the way we do it, we have them fill out a questionnaire to express what they're interested in. You can put that in a Google form, guys. We already got this stuff figured out. We got the Google form, everything. They answer the Google form and they're telling you on the Google form, I'm interested in learning how to have a secure and comfortable retirement. I'm interested in owning the right type of life insurance. I'm interested in kids' college education. I'm interested in emergency savings. They checking off the boxes of what they're interested in. So when you call them, you already know that they're interested. It's a warmer follow-up and a shorter sales cycle. Because guess what, Shadrika? When we meet back with them, they were at the workshop. Mom, we call and schedule the appointment. I'm not doing a presentation all over again like it's the first appointment. No, we're going into the wealth builder. And let me tell you something else. Well, I'll get to that later. There's another step in the system that I'm going to introduce to you guys, not tonight, but it's another way for you to have them do a financial checkup before you meet with them using B Smart, to where you can gather a lot of their information and see what their priorities are before you even meet with them for that appointment. And they're doing it. I had a group that's doing it right now. So warmer follow-up, shorter sales cycle. You can actually close business on the first appointment. And then access new networks you don't personally know, right? So ain't no telling who's in that room, guys. No telling who's sitting in that room and who they know and who they're connected to. I'm telling you, it could be countless opportunities that come out of a How Money Works workshop. And then last but not least, it's a duplicatable and scalable thing that you can do for your team. All you gotta do is you can train people on how to do the presentation, Coach B Walk. And they're able to do it in person. And a lot of times people want it virtual. So you could do these workshops from the comfort of your own home. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. But they're duplicatable and scalable. All you got to do is know what the system is and all that good stuff. So those are 5 advantages, right? So let's talk about some candidates for a How Money Works workshop. And this isn't a end-all be-all list. These are just some groups that I brainstormed and I put down on a slide. You could do How Money Works workshops for businesses, schools, churches, fraternities, sororities. Y'all know how I met April? I've told y'all that. I met April through a How Money Works workshop. They had a money makeover event with her chapter, and I was the speaker on that. And I did my How Money Works workshop presentation. She filled out a questionnaire. This was an in-person deal. Filled out the questionnaire. I followed up, scheduled a meeting with her. She became a client first, and then we talked about the business opportunity afterwards, and she joined the business opportunity. She ain't nothing but a rock star. But that all came from a How Money Works presentation. Y'all ain't excited. I'm telling y'all.
Listen,
Blue Ocean, Coach B Walk.
Hey, I'm with the Blue Ocean all day. I saw Aunt Andrea Rockamore is on here. She just put a heart. Same thing. Met her at a school where I presented and did a How Money Workshop for educators. Became a client, then she was recruited. Same thing. Blue Ocean. Let's get in the blue side.
Look, like you say, let's get in the blue. It's so easy. It's so calm. It's so natural, the flow, right? I mean, people will tell you, like, look, I've sat through things before. This is what I've had people share. And they say, I like the way you presented the information. I like the way I connected with you. It ain't just the information they're connecting with, they're connecting with you as the person. Guys, I'm telling you, this is a blue ocean that's out there. Blue ocean. Nobody's there. Nobody's focused on it. Nobody's doing it. Who else? Sororities, ministry groups. Got the men's ministry, the ladies of distinction, these little subgroups in the church, the Bible study groups. Y'all get what I'm saying? Little ministry groups, professional organizations, right? Professional organizations. Different employers might have Black employee networks inside of guys, or they might have the accountants, the Black Accountants of America. The Black Plumber Association of South Texas. Like, y'all get what I'm saying? Like, there's different professional organizations that they're looking for subject matter experts and presenters to come give quality information and content at their meetings. We can do it. Civic organizations, nonprofits, young adult groups. Man, these young people want to know about money. They're getting a lot of bad information that's out there. But when we show up and we kicking over all these different dumb myths that they've been told, and these lies they've been told, they be like, finally, somebody is breaking this stuff down and it makes sense. Young adult groups and social clubs. Somebody might be part of a motorcycle club or whatever the case may be. Jack and Jill, all this other guys, these are all opportunities that we can get on people's calendars to do How Money Works workshop. And then we can even concentrate. We can host different demographic group workshop. Like you do a women's How Money Works workshop, a men's How Money Works workshop, married couples, young adults, many more. However creative you want to get, guys, teachers, whatever. We did one last year for teachers during Financial Literacy Month. We did a How Money Works workshop for educators, and it was successful, guys. It's just so many opportunities that are out there. And now, last but not least, I think it's my last slide. Great times for How Money Works workshops. We got Black History Month coming up next month. Family, this is the time. Look, you know how many organizations out there that they're looking for things to have people come in and talk about during Black History Month. It's not too late. It's not too late. It might be some opportunities to get on people's calendar for that. And then, of course, April is Financial Literacy Month. April is Financial Literacy Month. Guys, we all need to be loading up the schedule in the calendar with workshops during April Financial Literacy Month. And of course, we don't have to wait till these 2 months to do anything. God, every month in addition to these, we need everybody. This is my challenge and my charge. I'm challenging and I'm giving the charge to everyone to schedule at least one How Money Works workshop a month. If you want to be an active agent or an active builder in the business, I'm challenging you, schedule one. And if one a month is too much, one a quarter. One a quarter. One How Money Works workshop a quarter. You already know the groups. You already know the people who might be, or you might be in the group. Or mom, you might be group adjacent. You might be you ain't in the group, but you know the people that are in this group, or you know the leader of that group. You're group adjacent. Guys, all it is just opening your mouth and saying, hey, I got a question. Would you all be open with somebody coming by and talking about financial literacy and building wealth and investment, stuff like that? And we do it for free. Because that's one of the first things that people are going to ask, Vicky, how much it costs, how much they want. It's complimentary. It's free. What? Yes. And if they need to meet with us in advance to get a feel for us, to ask questions, to see what the content is, we're cool with it. We're cool with it. We can do that. We can most definitely do that. That is not a problem. All right? It's not a problem. And so with that being said, teammates, that's all I got for tonight. We talked about CRM, watch that training on the portal. And we talked about How Money Works workshops, getting in the stride of booking that. She was on earlier, but I think she dropped off. But Tanya Hilliard, she had a coworker that she talked to today. She hit me up and she said, Nick, I was talking to my coworker and we talked to him latter part of last year. They wanted more saying, hey, we want to wait until the beginning of the year to get the stuff in place. But she was saying that they went to a funeral this past weekend. This is Tanya's coworker, and somebody passed away in their church and they had no life insurance. And so what they had to do as a church, they had to do a GoFundMe, and then they had to sell plates and all kind. Y'all know the routine, right? And she said that the coworker told her that the pastor got up, was commenting on it like, y'all, we need to be more responsible as a people. We need life insurance. And he said, we need to have somebody come in here and talk to us about life insurance. So she approached her pastor and was like, hey, I think I know somebody that can do it, but I need to ask them if they do group presentations. So when her and Tanya saw each other, she asked, "Do y'all do it?" And Tanya was like, "Of course we do." And so now, hopefully, we get an opportunity to work that out. But I'm telling you guys, it's out there. The opportunities are out there. All we have to do is put our antenna up, open our mouth, open up our hearts, and attract these opportunities. And also seek them out and let God do the rest. All right. That's all I got. I'm going to stop right there.